It began with a mystery, a map, and a dream. I, Joel, had always been fascinated with copper. That's right. Back when I was a little boy and all the other kids were asking for little toy cars and little toy trains for Christmas. You wanna know what I was asking for? Copper pennies, copper wire, and copper kettles. I love copper. Now, it's my fascination with this marvelous metal which drives me onward into the great unknown. I'm undertaking an expedition only a highly trained, experienced, highly skilled explorer such as myself should ever attempt. I've done it. After conquering sweltering swamps, monstrous mountains, and dense, dangerous forests, I've finally found what I'm looking for. What? What? Is this it? My map says there's supposed to be an old copper mine down there. But there's nothing. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. I can't even explain what this feels like right now. Okay, you know what it reminds me of? That story in the Bible where God just wiped out those two cities. They were there, and then they were gone. Oh, you don't know that story? Okay, well, I'll tell it to you, but here's the basics. There were two cities, and then there was nothing. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. I know what you're thinking. Why would God do that? And what happened to all the people in those cities? And where is my copper mine? We got a lot of questions. Hey, but you know what? You know what? This could be a good thing. This could be a good thing. You and me, we're gonna get to the bottom of all these questions. So you grab your Bible, and I'm gonna grab my Bible, because you know what? We're in the book of Genesis today. Oh, I'm excited. I'm Joel, and this is Explore the Bible on location.
Explore the Bible on location, scene 6, take 1.
Sorry. I fell asleep there. I was a little tired from my jungle hike. Wow, it's so quiet and peaceful here. By the way, this is the Ducktown Basin Museum. It used to be the Burra Burra Mine, and it used to be not so quiet around here. Excuse me. Yep, it all started way back before the Civil War. Prospectors looking for gold instead found copper in a nearby creek, and before you could say, "There's a fortune in them thar hills," thousands of miners were digging, tunneling and quarrying for copper, and in their free time, posing for pictures. By the time the Burra Burra mine closed down in the 1950s, literally tens of thousands of miners had worked here. Today, it's a museum, and townspeople, like our friend Stan here, help us to understand what happened in the good old days at the Burra Burra mine. So tell us, Stan, what was this place like 100 years ago?
You would have had just a tremendous amount of activity, a lot of people working here, 1,500 men at least working in this area. You would have seen trains coming and going, taking the ore for different processing. A lot of homes, because people didn't take a big commute. You had basically to walk to work. So you had a lot of small homes around in the area real close to the mines. The environment would have been incredibly different. There were no trees, there were no wildlife, no birds, nothing. You would have had basically a moonscape looking area because of sulfur dioxide fumes. You didn't have the technology back in those days that you do today to capture some of those detrimental fumes that came off. Thanks to a lot of reseeding efforts, you have the area today. It's a beautiful area, you don't have the activity because the people that worked in those mines are gone.
It's so amazing that even if you have a place that's kind of maybe empty or abandoned, it still has such a cool story behind it. And that's pretty much the same as in the Bible concerning two cities called Sodom and Gomorrah. A long time ago, somewhere around Israel, there were people known far and wide for their sin. They were the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, and they did bad stuff, day after day, year after year, until eventually God put a stop to it. The book of Genesis says that one night, God sent messengers to Abram's nephew Lot. Lot lived in Sodom and was pretty much the only one there who followed the Lord. The messengers warned Lot that Sodom and Gomorrah were about to be destroyed, and they told him and his family to escape as fast as they could. The next morning, Lot and his family ran away from home just before God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. And those two cities were completely destroyed. God left nothing. Nada. Zip. Zilch. So much so that today, though there's evidence of a great fire, we don't even know exactly where Sodom and Gomorrah were. Suddenly, those two cities were empty, desolate places, kind of like this old copper mine. But you know what? Even in an empty and desolate place, we can still find signs of life. In the story about Sodom and Gomorrah, we see that when God saved Lot and his family, He was showing them love and kindness. God did the same thing for us when He sent Jesus to the earth. Jesus died on the cross so that we could be forgiven of all the bad things we've ever done. Even though we don't deserve it, God still wanted to rescue us, just like He did with Lot and his family. Yep, that's what we learn when we dig into the book of Genesis. In the same way that God showed kindness to Lot and to his family, He wants to show kindness and love to you and to me. I'm Joel, and this has been Explore the Bible on Location.